Welcome to the Invest and Retire 401k participant experience, a brief demonstration of our technology. It is clear that all plans want the same things: lower cost investments, increased compounding returns, and increased contribution rates. We can summarize these three areas as cost, compounding, and contribution, the equation for retirement success. But to fully benefit from each, they must be able to work together, because they are all related to each other. And the technology to make that possible has not been available until now. We'll show you how this allowed one participant to increase their projected balance at retirement by 50% almost effortlessly. Participants begin by logging in and selecting their My Account option. On our platform, a participant's investment portfolio is referred to as a model. So to see this participant's model, they would select the My Model option. Here they can see the investments inside of their model, which are all exchange-traded funds, because these are the lowest cost investment options available and have no hidden fees or trading expenses like mutual funds. Using these low-cost investments contributes the cost component to the equation. But rather than requiring participants to pick from these investments and build their own models, plans work with a professional investment manager who designs age-based model portfolios for them. This participant, for example, is in the moderate model. The investment manager has selected which investments to buy and how much of each is owned within the model. Our technology allows the performance history of these models to be tracked back to 1973, which, as you can see, for this moderate model, the return has been 10.43%. To see the other professionally designed models in the plan, you would select the Change Model option to see the range of available models, which go from aggressive to conservative. A participant can be defaulted into a model based on their age, and then automatically moved through models as they approach retirement, unless they choose to change their model. Those participants who still want to pick their own investments can continue to do so by selecting the Build Custom Model option. But since only about 5% choose this over the professional models, we'll focus on the professionally designed options. Next to each model's name, you can see its rate of return. And these are the rates a participant could expect from their account as a whole in the future, which makes them the target rates of return and represents the compounding component of the equation. Going back to the home page, we'll now focus on the retirement calculator, the tool which introduces contribution into the equation and integrates everything together in one place. By integrating record keeping and payroll, we can completely pre-populate a retirement calculator for participants, so no manual data entry or calculations are required. They can see their age, the 10.43% target rate of return from their model, their salary, current contribution rate, employer matching information, and other items. By simply clicking Next, a participant can see all of their important retirement numbers. This person is projected to have about $2 million at retirement, but below we can see that they would need to have $2.8 million to reach their goals. Clearly, as shown in red to emphasize, there is projected to be an $800,000 shortfall. So what can they do to make this up? Next, we can see that they would need to increase their contribution rate by 4% exactly, from the current 3% to 7% of compensation. But below that, in red, like the shortfall amount above, they can see all of their options, which are target a higher rate of return by moving to a different model, contribute more by the 4% shown above, reevaluate income needs, or retire later. Starting with the first option, target a higher rate of return, they would select the View Model based on Target Rate of Return button. This takes them back to their My Model page where they select Change Model. And since they need a higher rate of return than the 10.43% of their moderate model, we'll say they select the Aggressive Model with an 11.31% rate of return. Going back to the retirement calculator, everything is the same except the target rate of return, which has been increased to the 11.31% of the aggressive model they've moved to. Clicking Next, now they can see they're much closer to their retirement goals. They still have a shortfall, but because they moved to a new model, now they only need to increase their contribution rate by 1% to reach their goals. Going back to the retirement calculator and making that change of increased contribution from 3 to 4% of compensation and clicking Next, now they can see they're on track for retirement and are even projected to have a $200,000 surplus. So in just a few minutes, this participant was able to increase their projected balance at retirement by 50% from $2 to about $3 million with only minor changes to their plan. The ease and magnifying effect of these changes is made possible through integrating cost, compounding, and contribution. To get this type of synergy into your plan, or for a full demonstration of this technology, contact Invest and Retire for more information.